Hey guys, in this video we're going to be doing a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the Nokia Lumia 1020. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the hardware and the software. So starting with the hardware, both of these devices are pretty nice. The Nokia Lumia 1020 has a pretty solid design. It's kind of thick, but it doesn't feel cheap. It actually feels like a solid product. Now on the other hand, the Galaxy S4 has been notorious for this plastic design. It's really lightweight and it feels nice in the hand, and it's very thin as well, but it just feels cheap. Now talking about the screens, the Lumia 1020 has a 4.5-inch display. The display resolution is 1280 by 768. And it does look really nice. It's definitely lower quality and lower pixel density than the Galaxy S4, which has a 5-inch display and it's 1920 by 1080, so you get full 1080p resolution on the Super AMOLED display of the Galaxy S4. Software is the biggest factor why somebody would choose a phone over another phone. And the Lumia 1020 has Windows Phone 8, and while it's growing, the app selection is getting better. Android has a huge lead in market share. Android does have a couple years on Windows Phone 8, and that might be particularly why it's so popular. I have a feeling if Windows Phone 8 came out before Android and iOS, the market share would be a lot different than what it is today. Going on to the camera software now. Both of these phones have real good cameras. Obviously, the Lumia 1020 will have the superior camera, and it does have 41 megapixels. The Galaxy S4 only has 13 megapixels, but it is probably one of my favorite cameras to go out and take pictures with because it does produce really nice images. You have lots of options here like best photo, sound and shot, and other things that you probably never use, but the auto mode is really good just for taking pictures. You can also set quick settings and kind of tweak everything how you like it. The Lumia 1020 is far superior in camera software and in camera pictures in general. The image quality is fantastic. You can really go in and change all the settings how you like with the ISO, the white balance, and you can also switch to manual focus if you want. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures and video on both of these phones. Performance on both of these phones are really good as well, with the exception that sometimes on the Galaxy S4 the phone just lags for no reason when it's doing simple tasks, and I have reason to believe that's more of TouchWiz rather than Android in general. Now the Lumia 1020 also does a really good job of performance. The Galaxy S4 does have an octa-core processor because this is the i9500 model, but the Lumia 1020 only has a dual-core Snapdragon processor at 1.5 GHz, but it does a really good job at running the operating system. Battery life is a pretty important aspect about a cell phone these days, and I can't really say I was too impressed with the battery life on either of these phones. In particular, the standby time on both of the phones were really bad. I could leave the phone on standby for at least one day and it seemed like half the battery was drained on both of the phones. The battle between these two phones really depends on really one thing. Do you want a really good camera, a really super high quality camera that would get you good images and good video on the Nokia Lumia 1020? If not, then you should probably go with the Samsung Galaxy S4. While it doesn't have a great camera like the Lumia 1020, it has a very good camera on the back of it, and it produces really good images, just not as good as the Lumia 1020. But if you prefer Windows Phone 8, then the 1020 is a great phone as well. It's speedy, it's quick, the animations look cool. Windows Phone 8 is starting to grow, it's starting to get better app selection. It's not up to par with Android and iOS quite yet, but it's getting there. Prices for both of these phones are pretty average in what you would expect them to be as well. The Galaxy S4 is $600 unlocked, while the Lumia 1020 will be around $700 unlocked depending on where you buy the phone. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave links to all of this stuff down below the like button on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.